Good morning, traders. This is Perry Wilkie with StartupTrading.com. It is 8:55 a.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday, February 17, 2021. So, looking at the action since we had that all-time high in the before the markets opened yesterday, right? There's just been selling pressure so far ever since. Whereas that selling pressure taking us so far, not too low, right? So really nothing changes for me until we get below 38.67, 65, and then really you have to get below 38.22 before we just don't stay chopping in these upper ranges. So I don't think we're getting and holding below that level today. Again, that's going to be at the bottom for the ES is going to be right around 38.66 is, and I don't think that we're printing that today. So one thing that I would keep my eye out for will be 38.97, right around that area. There's been support there. Getting under that will be a trap for the bears in the near future, right? That's going to set up some better longs. So looking at also the overnight action so far, 21 and a half points so far. Looking at the action, right, we have some single prints for the Russell and the NASDAQ above, and we have some previous salmon run closes below for the Russell. This is the area I'm going to watch first this morning to see if we do get down here, if we find support. That's going to be at 2231.10 to 2234.20. That's the area, and it's going to be right around S2 today. That's going to be the area where the Russell should find support. If it doesn't, it should get trapped below it and start printing between S2 and S3. Right now, we've only printed to S1 so far, and no one knows what's going to happen. For all we know, the lows for the sessions are in right now, and we might not even go any lower. No one knows what's going to happen. You just have to make a plan, manage your risk, and trade accordingly to your thought process. So, looking at all the indexes real quick, and what I'm looking for is you can see going back to the high for the Russell. Right now, we're going back to all the way back to February 7th if we get down to 2245. Looking at the ES up here, if we look at where this run started up from, basically the last run, we're right at the top of that shelf, right around that 39.10 level, and then really getting below 38.90 is going to be a little bit more problematic for today's session, right? What I would like to see, and is a possibility, right? We could end up printing below between 38.90 and 38.10 this morning, heading into the FOMC, get some consolidation down there, and then when the FOMC meeting minutes come out this afternoon, right? As we're coming into those prints, start leaving that 20-point range in a trap, and then moving up towards this 20 or 39.27 area, and then closing probably at the highs of the session. That's the scenario I'm actually looking for today. If we look at the other indexes real quick, the NASDAQ, you can see it's found some strong support at 13,596 basically. So getting down there is going to be, where the market should turn. If it doesn't, it's got a little bit deeper problems down to 534 and down to 445. Would be the next areas I'd be looking for. Looking at the Dow, which is my least favorite of all indexes and the one I mess with only a few times a year usually. Getting below 31,240, right, would be leading down to 31,000 basically. Holding back above, you can see it hasn't taken out this leg start yet, and neither really with any honesty except for the Russell have any of the other indexes. The NASDAQ's flirting with it right now, but 31,310 is going to be that first level that you should watch for the Dow. for a response. I'll be sending out my overnight value areas. Obviously, we'll be on the low end of these for most of the indexes. So failure to stay below these overnight value areas, right to the downside, is going to be problematic for the bears, and they could get their faces ripped off yet this morning. What I'm looking for is lower prices to trade this morning, consolidation basically between noon and 2, heading into the 2 o'clock print, run up, and then after the 2 o'clock FOMC minutes come out, leaving those bears trapped. So I'm looking for a bear trap setup today, and that's what I'm going to be playing for. Hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you tomorrow.